Hey everyone, it's Gamefruitpulp, and welcome back to the second episode of our Minecraft Home Run Derby mini-series. We're taking a look at the map built by the Misfit Society on the Minecraft Marketplace. If you missed my first video, I highly suggest you watch that one because I spent a little bit more time getting into the introduction about the map and what it's all about. But long story short, this map is available on the Minecraft Marketplace for every version of the game that isn't Java. It's for 1,340 Minecraft coins. So be sure to check it out if you enjoy it. And if you are a new viewer of the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this video. Basically, what I'm going to be doing in this mini-series is taking a look at all of the stadiums for each of the 6 divisions in the Major League Baseball, 5 teams at a time. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the National League Central, which is 5 different teams with 5 very different stadiums that all look very interesting. So we're going to be starting off with the Milwaukee Brewers. And if you missed last video, basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the entirety of the Home Run Derby for the first and last stadium showcased. And then for the ones in the middle, we're just going to spend a little bit less time where we're just going to touch on all the different things about each stadium and then move on to the next one. But my thought is that if this is the first video of the series that you've watched and you don't know what this DLC is all about, I want you to be able to watch this video and sort of get an idea. So in the background, you'll see the mini game going, and while that's playing, we're going to be talking about the Milwaukee Brewers Stadium, which is American Family Field. So American Family Field is located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and it is a retractable roof baseball park, which is obviously home to the Milwaukee Brewers. It opened in 2001 on April the 6th and has a capacity of 41,900 people. And it is owned by the Milwaukee Brewers. Taking a look at what has been held at the stadium other than baseball. There's been quite a few concerts over the years. There's been 3 soccer games throughout the years that are notable. All international friendlies, no other competitions. And then there's been a movie premiere there for Field of Honor, which was looks like a movie about World War II. But no other notable sporting events happening there, which is interesting because I don't know if this is a baseball only thing. I'm not super familiar with baseball, but basically it seems like the only people that play at the baseball stadiums are baseball players, or baseball teams I should say, which is interesting in comparison to things like hockey arenas like the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. You have the Raptors that play there, you have the Leafs that play there, you have the Toronto Rock that play there. There's tons of concerts, all sorts of stuff happening. I guess just because of the way that the baseball field is designed, it's not as well equipped for as many things, I suppose. So that is really all there is for the Milwaukee Brewers Stadium of American Family Field. And we're just finishing up here. You'll see my favorite part of the DLC coming up, which is the Take Me Out to the Ball game in 8-bit that comes on once the game and minigame is finished. Having a quick look at that retractable roof, which is captured quite well here. This is actually, I think, the least detailed of all the stadiums we look at today. It's quite interesting. Some of the other ones actually have the skyline in the background, which is really cool. So, and the next one we're looking at, the St. Louis's arena of Busch Stadium, which in this version of the game is going to be Bedrock Stadium, I guess, because of the reference to alcohol. But as I load in Busch Stadium, you can see the skyline is visible in the background, and I actually turn up my render distance a little bit here just to have a better view for you guys of the stadium. But looking at Busch Stadium, it is the home of the St. Louis Cardinals, obviously, and it is informally referred to as New Busch Stadium or Busch Stadium II, as it replaced the older Busch Stadium where the St. Louis Cardinals played. This opened in April 4th of 2006. Has a seating capacity of 44,496 people, and it contains 3,706 club seats and 61 luxury suites. The stadium, last episode I talked about the costs. I missed that on the first one, but the construction cost was $365 million at the time, so definitely an expensive arena or stadium to build. There's been quite a few baseball events there, including the All-Star Game, but there's also been quite a few other sports, surprisingly. There's been 7 professional soccer games there, ranging from international friendlies between Premier League clubs like Manchester City and Chelsea to international friendlies between international clubs like Argentina and Bosnia and Herzegovina, which happened in 2013. More recently, there was another international friendly in 2019 between the United States and Uruguay, as well as some concerts, and that's pretty much it for that stadium. Moving on now to Wrigley Field, the oldest, I believe, stadium in Major League Baseball and one of the most interesting. It was built in April 23rd of 1914. Has the builders did a good job of capturing the cool ivy that goes along the fence, and obviously it is the home of the Chicago White Sox. It's a really cool, quite a storied building, quite a storied arena. At the time of construction, it cost $250,000, but obviously that was in 1914. So take with that what you will. So the building is now over 100 years old, and ivy covers the outfield walls, which is one of the unique features about the stadium. Looking at other events that have happened, obviously this building has been there for over a century, so there's been numerous football games. There's only been one soccer game, surprisingly, and the 2009 NHL Winter Classic was also held at Wrigley Field. And then over the last decade, there's been many concerts, including a couple that are coming up, and with one in end of August with Lady Gaga. So things are always happening there. But again, Wrigley Field is one of the more interesting fields in baseball, so it's exciting to be able to showcase that with you guys today. Moving on to the Pittsburgh Pirates arena. Or sorry, I keep saying arena because I'm used to hockey. Hockey's the primary sport I watch, but it should be stadium, I suppose. PNC Park. And so PNC Park is located on the north shore of Pittsburgh. It is the fifth home of the Pittsburgh Pirates, and it was opened during the 2001 MLB season. It was built after a controlled implosion of the Pirates' last arena, Three River Stadium. This building cost $260 million to build and has a capacity of 38,362. So a smaller capacity than some of the other stadiums. And there has been, it doesn't say what's been there other than baseball. There's been a handful of concerts and some other events for just the city as a whole, but nothing really too interesting about PNC Park in the sense of events, no international soccer tournaments or anything like that. But one of the interesting things about this stadium in comparison to some of the others is obviously the cool skyline you got going in the background. I don't know Pittsburgh's geography too well, but there's some sort of bridge in the background, which I'm assuming has some significance to the city. Otherwise, I don't think they would have built it, because even when you'll see when we do showcase the Rogers Center, the skyline is not built around that city. So obviously these pieces of architecture that are in the background are obviously quite historic to Pittsburgh, but definitely a good build by the team of builders. Moving on to our last park, the Cincinnati Reds Stadium, Great American Ballpark. Great American Ballpark is the ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is the home, obviously, of the Cincinnati Reds. It opened in 2003, replacing Synergy Field, which was the home of the Cincinnati Reds from 1970 to 2002. So a relatively newer stadium. Again, it opened on March 31st, 2003, and has a seating capacity of 42,319. The cost of the stadium was $290 million back in 2003, and it's held half a dozen concerts over that time, and that's pretty much it, because I guess the arena is relatively new, so in the sense of comparison to things like Wrigley Field. So there isn't really anything other than baseball that's ever been held here, which is kind of interesting. Just looking at the Wikipedia page, other than the 5 or 6 concerts, there has not been anything else. So it's interesting. It's interesting in the sense that this is another arena that I think is it's quite nice. All of the arenas and the NL Central have a more story, I think, than the other ones. Even the brick backgrounds, things like Wrigley Field, the skyline behind PNC Park for Pittsburgh. Obviously, there's a lot more storied franchises here, I think. Again, I'm not super well read on baseball, so if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But I think that the franchises in the NL Central, generally speaking, are a little bit more storied than the ones in the NL West, which is what we showcased last video. So I suppose that's why the ballparks also have a little bit more to them in a lot of cases. But some five ballparks. Wrigley is probably my favorite out of the 5 that we saw today. But moving along. That's now 10 of the 30 MLB teams showcased. So I hope you guys are enjoying this mini-series. If you are enjoying and you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're a returning viewer and you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and share the channel with your friends. Got 4 more of these videos coming up. I'm trying to do about a day gap between them. So I think this will be coming out on Saturday. So watch out for the next one on Monday, potentially. Other than that, I hope you guys are all having a good time, staying safe, and enjoying this extra Minecraft content coming out on my channel. We're going to head out the end of this video with another classic Take Me Out to the Ball Game 8-bit by Approaching Nirvana. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name is Gamefruitpulp, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Have a good one.